guys. Please recite aloud salawat. With the pen of truth held tight in my hand, I write about Hussein's eternal stand, and all the suffering he would withstand. He stood for humanity to understand that you are free and you were born to be. Justice will prevail over tyranny. He said, I seek reform in my nation. Yazid's attacking Islam's foundation. I must stand up for all of creation. I will not bow my head in prostration to any oppressor. For I am strong and I must protest against what is wrong. Hussein fought through a sea of oppression. Indeed, his struggle was for progression. Humanity saved through his intercession, achieved victory without aggression. Hussein rules the revolutionary mind. Hussein's kingdom is the hearts of mankind. Where is the justice for which Hussein stood? Today good is bad and bad became good. If only people would have understood that they're blinded from seeing what they should. Although we're free, in slavery we live. Our lives are all we have left to give. Oppressors stay on top of the food chain. They're high on power like it's cocaine. They'll walk all over you, then do it again. Just look at Palestine, Pakistan, Bahrain. The longer you're silent, the more they'll drain. They'll drink your dignity like it's champagne. Every atom for justice cries out as humans pollute, as the world dies out. We milk the earth till resources run out. We harm the world we can't live without. Is this not injustice, oppressing the earth? To murder with our hands what gave you birth. Hussein said injustices of every kind. Do not be silent and do not be blind. Stand up for the truth when it's confined. You must not back down, leave your fears behind. Revolt, protest, do whatever it takes until the backbones of these tyrants break. And when change is needed, go seek reform. When you see oppression, do not conform. This is a duty that you must perform. Sunshine will follow right after the storm. And when you're alone, do not be afraid. Hussein's remembrance will become your shade. I shall be resistant, I shall not fall. I'm ready to answer to Mahdi's call. Justice will stand to see tyranny crawl. The flag of Hussein will be standing tall. That day will come, and for that day I yearn, when truth shall prevail and falsity burn. Recite Allah salawat, please.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
This is the second piece, also with the same theme of justice and oppression. The ink of my pen writes your name in blood, O master of martyrs, O king of kings. My heart and soul tremble as my eyes flood. It leaves me shaking with the pain it brings. But why is it that we remember you, and year after year we still mourn for you? As I look to the world, it is clear to see a Savior is needed to set us free. Humanity crushed, freedom is in chains, the entire world in darkness remains. Justice is only for a chosen few. Honesty has died as corruption grew. Our world is on fire, the smoke has spread. The earth is blood red with all the blood shed. Majority starves, minority feasts. They feed on greed, these inhumane beasts. But oh, broken heart, do not lose hope, even if life's on a declining slope. Look towards Karbala, its bloody plain, where freedom was freed by Hussein. There once was a tyrant named Yazid. He had no values, principles, or creed. He ruled through fear, oppression, and lies. If someone spoke against him, that person would die. He attacked the core values that Islam had taught, and for this very reason, Hussein had fought. The pulpit of the Prophet of Islam had become the throne to the king of Sham. Hussein took a stand for freedom and rights. The inhumanity gave him sleepless nights. Hussein took a stand for equality against discriminative animosity. Hussein had faith and he was determined. He chose to revolt and never to give in. Whenever there's a will, there is a way. Hussein changed the course of history that day. Hussein's alive and he will never die. Hussein's alive and he will never die. His tragic stand makes the coldest hearts cry. His eyes were quenched but his throat was dry as Imam Hussein made a final cry. Is there anyone who will come to our aid? And following this, the martyr was laid. He left a question for the thinking mind. What would you do for the sake of mankind? How far would you go for something you believed? Learn from the story over which you grieve. Learn from the story over which you grieve. Know the oppressors and oppressed of your time, for indeed staying silent is also a crime. Bloodthirsty animals are killing civilians. Victims, when counted, are in the millions. Innocent children are starved and tortured, but that's just before their bodies are butchered. Mothers cry, fathers weep, children die. Just look at all the rockets falling from the sky. Where is humanity? Where is your heart? You just stand and watch the world fall apart. If Hussein was here, what would he do? And that's exactly what he wants from you. The ink of my pen writes your name in blood. O Master of Martyrs, O King of Kings. My heart and soul tremble as my eyes flood. It leaves me shaking with the pain it brings.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.